Hey, Warren. We know it wasn't you, Bill. Tom, mate, here is here. Tom's getting twitchy. Chirpy's here. G'day, Chirpy. $624 Dudley. G'day. Good to see ya. And Stuart Hingston. Gosh. Sorry, I shouldn't say it like that. It's funny, though. David Ian Sykes. G'day. Mark Osborne. G'day. Paul. Hello. Jim Minnick. G'day. Craig. Hello. And Peter Nuttall. G'day. All you guys. What's happening? What's up? It's going down. Not very much, actually. I'm been back at work for one day. So even though I probably shouldn't be, I'm kind of bouncing off walls for one reason or another. So bear with me. There you go. I'll try and keep you a little bit sort of in the loop as far as being entertained and stuff, but I really haven't got anything for live stream. So we're making it up as we go, which is cool. So what else happened? Don't know really. Not a whole lot. Who's had a video up? One from Chirp. Good one from Chirp. One from Paul, as always. One from Craig. Good video from Craig. Nothing from Bill. Didn't see anything from Bill. See Andrew Wales got a new one up. Excited to check that out. Didn't see one from Tom Make here. Beagles Wig, g'day, another New Zealander. Mixed lot over there, but you're welcome. Working on the workshop. I heard a whisper about a new machine, Tom, but I'm going to leave that hanging. Not getting anything out of me. Didn't hear it here. So it's in storage for a while. Yeah, you can't have too many. What's happening with me? The usual frustration with this thing. New board come today. Fridge, g'day. Mats Peterson, g'day. Good to see you. And Karen Lim, g'day. Good to see you. Hey, the man's here. So I got a parcel today. I got a letter today, which is pretty awesome, in a brown paper envelope. We're going to go with this, right? If you want to send stuff, that's the address, by the way. Screenshot that. Just send stuff. Within reason. Within reason. And the ice cream thing gives me some funny connotations. But anyway, that's awesome. So in the parcel, there's an awesome bottle opener. Really nice job, nicely finished. Very, very cool. Craig got teletext quality video here. I'm sorry, Craig. I have got the best connection I can do here. Okay. So very awesome. Don't know how you get one of these, but pretty impressed. And some stickers. Check this out, some stickers. Exciting about these. Look at this. From the man. How cool is this sticker? You should absolutely go and check out his channel and go and buy one. I actually have a t-shirt on my way as of this week, so I'm pretty excited about that with this on it. That's pretty cool. Awesome milk sticker. And another one too. So that's where we're at. Going to move over to the other bench and we'll put it on the wall, huh? If anyone's interested. I am. Sorry. Got to find a corner to peel. It might take me a bit. My nails are terrible. I've been in a workshop all week. Should do something about that. If I go and get a manicure and French tips, everyone comments on it, so I don't do that. But should do something about my nails. This is seriously cool sticker, guys. Here we go. In good company, there was Russ Knox and Aaron and Everett. Love it. Nice artwork. It's a really nice sticker. But yeah, it's the coolest sticker on the board, absolutely. Huge thanks for sending the care package. I really appreciate that. It's nice to be included in the little community. But that's awesome. And this one can go up too, eh? We're going to put this one a bit higher. We'll put this one up above Everett there. You get two, but you don't get them on the same part of the board. I don't know what happened there. Sorry, guys. I must have bumped something. But there we go. So that's done. How cool is that? Anyway, a couple of cool stickers there on the board. This one in particular is awesome. Love this. I believe they're available if you want one. Check out his channel. Go and see. Click on his profile and go and check out the channel. Some awesome videos there. Clever guy. Good looking too. I don't know. He'll probably tell you that, but you know, you've got to make your own opinion about that. But apparently, that's. Thanks, Craig. So there we go. I've clicked on something on my laptop when I was looking for information about RepRap boards, and it's downloaded some nasties, and I'm really not happy with that, so I've got a heap of pop-ups. I have to do something about that. I'm really not particularly really happy about that, but we'll sort it out. Anyway, thanks for the care package. That's awesome. I really appreciate it being included. Don't think it's born on that computer, but it could be. Get Linux. Look, seriously, the thing's just been rebuilt. Basically, it's back to brand new nearly, and all of a sudden I get a pop up because I went to some CNC page. So I'm really not happy with that. Dan's onto it. He had the same problem, I bet. So, had issues with this thing, right? This box. You're all probably experts of this. I'm not, right? This is a pretty sketchy sort of an area for me. I'm really not good at this. Thanks, was Kevin from New Zealand, another New Zealand guy. Check out his channel. It's an awesome channel. Anyway, put this in an Arduino board first up. You're probably all familiar with the story. And Shield on there was actually pretty nice, neat setup. Really impressed with that. Except there's not enough memory in it to run this particular cutter. Because this is Core XY, which means that everything's looped together on the same loop. It requires a little bit of extra cleverness to make it work in straight lines. And that requires a bit more memory, and this isn't big enough apparently. So over the shoulder with that, not impressed, but over the shoulder. So we've got a mega board, which is like 10 times as big, something like that. However, that Shield doesn't work on a mega board because the pins are all different, of course. So we've now got this RepRap board, which is a 3D printer board, which might work. So I've got the software loaded into the MegaBoard, the MegaBoard plugged in, and the MegaBoard connected. Now, don't have it actually doing anything yet, but we're getting there. So, there we go. Chirpy's got the munchies. So it's kind of a crazy project and it's getting out of hand. But anyway, eventually that'll actually work, these two stepper motors, this one and this one, maybe. Give it time. I've cut some, let me see that. Cut some square RHS. I've got some square, it's not RHS, it's square tube, it's aluminium square tube to go under each side. So that gives its legs on the right space. So that's all done. They're not actually screwed on, but we'll get to that. Printed about another 5 of these until I found I got made this bolt spacing here, the right thing for the laser, and the laser's actually bolted on. This laser works. If I plug this in, I get smoke and holes in benches, so we don't do that. So that works. With the new driver board, I plugged it in, I got it sorted, I plugged everything in, and I got nothing. So we're going back to the drawing board. Something's not hooked up right. It's probably a power supply, something like that. We'll get there. Aluminium extrusion. There you go, square tubes. So, there we go. But, apart from that, mechanically I think it's right. It's just the electronics, getting the electronics sorted, and we should have it running, but we'll see. Anyway, no idea what I'm doing really at all, even a little bit. Like, not. It's sketchy to start with, and programmable electronics are not something I'm good at, or even have any passing knowledge of. So we'll get there, but it might take a while. don't mind these guys with the flat earth thing. They're really, and there's some weird conspiracies over on the Discord channel. You just got to live with them. If you're into that sort of thing, go and check it out. If you're not, go and check it out because they talk about other stuff too. But Discord's probably a good thing. It's a pretty awesome little channel and friendly community. Lots of cool people there. You see all these guys there at a regular basis. The ones that comment. Might give everyone else who's watching a chance to say something too. Generally, we blame Bill. So anyway, this is... And Peter has just told us he was in a country practice for 47 seasons or something, yeah. I'm not sure that's actually how it went down, but that's how I understood it. Anyway, eventually this will work, probably. Not that confident, but it might. Don't know anything about it. Grace just put that little disclaimer there, just in case anyone was thinking. That you actually did. I'm glad you put that in there. So, there we go. That's the laser cutter. Probably next week I'll have it running, or probably I won't. There's a pretty good chance either way. Who was in the country practice? No one, I don't think. It was just someone was... Yeah. Tall stories, that's all. I don't think anyone lasted 47 seasons. And at work come past, right? And they bought a box set of a country practice, right? This is awesome in itself because it takes up about 800 millimeters or something of shelf space. Saw that recently. The boxes, the DVD boxes are like 800, 2'8" or something long. I don't think there was 47 seasons, but there's a lot. Beagles, really good question. It's for predominantly for cutting gaskets and stencils. That's where I'm at. That's why I built the thing. It might do some engraving. Just messing with that laser and a pair of goggles and a plug. It's a bit more capable than I thought, probably. I'm really a bit suspicious that things are going to run a bit quicker than I thought to do this task that I expected it to do. So, hey, a country practice for all you foreign people. A country practice is an Australian soap that ran for about 1,000 years. Back in the 70s and 80s and 90s, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, no one watched it. Everyone watched it, but no one admitted to it. Anyway, have soaps in other countries, but probably not like that. Think, yeah, there's some Home and Away, but let's put it this way, cross Home and Away with oh my gosh. No, I don't know what you cross it with, but yeah, it's a bit weird. Anyway, that's the laser's going to be cutting predominantly, and we'll see how we go with it anyway. I'm moving around here. Home and Away in Sesame Street. Now, I was thinking of an American soap that's been running for 1,000 years. But anyway. Anyway, this is, yeah, Cross Days of Our Lives with yeah, it's probably a good place. Yeah, Cross Days and Home and Away, and you've got a country practice. So there's some work happening here. I don't know if we've made a lot of progress. We've cut a lot of sheet. We've tapped some holes. I'll get a bit closer and we'll have a look. So we've got this problem, and that we need an opening here for the hand pump to work backwards and forwards, which goes in the bottom here. Is the hand pump in there? It's probably actually inside, and it probably actually fits without an opening. So LBSC drew the plans in this direction, and I don't think we even got this direction. We only got the front. Yeah, we got this, right? Which doesn't tell us a lot. We didn't get a top view. We got this picture here, and we got this picture here, right? Awesome. 1 inch by 2 and 11/16. That's what he drew. Now it looks something like this. Probably early Fowler 3,500 gallon tender had something similar like that. Not found any photographic evidence of it at all, because it was probably before there was much modern photography, to be honest. It's back in the 20s, and they may have looked like that. Anyway, this loco was 1935, and by that time, most Fowler 35,000 gallon tenders, or 3,500 gallon tenders, had a water scoop for filling up between the tracks on long runs. So I've made a lid something like that, and that's probably going to hinge, because I sort of said that I don't want loose covers on this model because they go missing, and then you've got to find them or make them again or something. So this is a dome for the water scoop. The water spout runs up inside that and then splashes over, and a filler cap, but they're both solid. So what I'm going to do is cut a hole, sit that down flush on another sheet of brass with a row of rivets up each side where they need to be, and put a hinge probably off this piece of angle at the back so that this lifts up and we can fill it up, or we can use the hand pump and it looks the part. It also has 2 air vents in here on like flanges, which I've cut those, but they look something like, these are 3D printed just to sort of see how they look, something like that. Hey Randy, good to see you. Hinge needs to be really made to show a suit. It's going to have like round connections that run from here to here, so that it clears. And I'm still thinking that one through. We'll get it worked. I use a blue wrench. It'd be nice to Craig, because he's the person in the chat here who can ban you. Anyway, so that's what we got. Pretty impressed with them, and this is what I've done this weekend, mostly. Right. So this piece here goes in here, and there's another piece on the front too, and we're going to have to modify this a bit, but we're on to that. This is just sitting there at the moment, and this is just sitting there at the moment too. So basically this has got to have angle on here to screw that piece down all the way through. So there's a lot more angle to go in here. But I have got 8 holes here with this actually screwed to the base plate, which is pretty exciting because that's a bit scary how to actually go about that. Now they're screwed in nice and tight with the 8 screws. What I can do is unscrew these and sideways and drill and tap them all, and then take them off there and open the holes out and screw them back on the side plates and put it all together and put it back on and screw it all together. So if that sounds like a complicated and messing around way to actually make it work, there's a lot of screws to come in and go out and come in and go out to put in and take out before this is all together finally. Like, you've got no idea. There's about another 35 screws, something like that, around the bottom, and to actually tap them and then drill them all oversized and then put them all back in again. And they've all got to be shortened and filed off on the back and everything and cleaned up so that they go in again next time. And then we can start thinking about putting some angle through here and a piece of angle to support this piece, which was only taped in across the back. And it'll start to look like an actual tender. So, yeah, this has got a piece of angle runs along here, along the back, or it should have eventually, with screws in it, and we will probably make a hinge off there with a piece curved down under, like a U-shaped piece, so that clears, and when it lifts up, it just comes a certain way, and that's all. That's the thought behind that, but we'll see. There we go. See, proper moderation. That's awesome. Thanks. Didn't see the message, but there we go. Thank you. But going by his username, he's an important member of society. Probably, yes, the finer comb would work in both cases. Anyway, so that's where we're at. This is just sitting here for now, but this is actually, if we have a look, this is actually old. So we've got an actual tank, and we'll get a few more screws in it so it all sits down nice and flat, and then it's all going to be soft soldered through here, hopefully. That's the theory, and it should be water resistant. Reserve the right to comment on that later and say whether it is or not, because it's probably going to end up with a smear of silicone around it. We'll see. So there we go. 2 handrails went on the front, just for kicks and giggles. I actually managed to get them somewhere near straight, which is awesome. That impresses me. There's one there and one there. This is a work in progress, but we're going to chop this down here because we've misread the pictures, really. It's not the drawings. I've misread the pictures. This is how the drawing is. But I'm going to chop 1/2 inch out of here. Something like that, 5/8. Which I can do fairly comfortably without damaging too much. Probably just down to this stud here. And then there's a piece of angle goes in here. Where's my... Here we go, Sharpie time. So a piece of angle goes in here somewhere like this on both sides. Hey, John. Thanks, Craig. John's had an awesome video on leveling feet. Good video. It's awesome. Really nice job. All flash. Nicely finished. Up to John's usual standard. He's a Myford owner, but you can't hold that against it. Lawrence, g'day. Oh, awesome. Yvonne Kidd, awesome. Lawrence, London, that's great. Yeah, we're down with that. Big fan of people who put their actual names. Maybe you were listening the other day, but that's great. Anyway, this has got a shelf sits in here, which lifts out for actual use, but it's just cosmetic really, because shoveling coal through this hole was a problem that the full-size one had. In that you had to climb over the top and move the coal down to get the stuff that when the tender was getting low. So basically they had a double door on here, and I'm not sure whether we're going to go for that or whether we're going to leave it the early style, which was just an arch top and a piece that lifts out. I'm just going to have a piece that lifts out, which isn't prototypical, but makes it easy to run the locomotive and looks good on the shelf. So that'll sit there, and there's probably just going to be a metal toolbox on top there. Anyway, there we go. Jonathan W, good day. Another excellent channel. Loving the steam engine restoration. You should check out Jonathan's awesome channel and stop by, because it's always cool stuff, from car towing to steam engines to restoration to odd bike builds. Definitely check out Jonathan W on YouTube. Some pretty cool stuff there. Scale is 3/4 inch to the foot, is that right? Probably not. Probably not right. 3.5 inch gauge anyway, which if you work that out is 4 foot 8.5 inches. Yeah, it's probably 3/4 inch to the foot, something like that. Anyway, there we go. Watched Jonathan W for years. Always got some cool builds. Still waiting for him to say there's a set of castings build available for that little Popular Mechanics engine, but I'll forgive him because I've got projects like that too, and I really don't need another one. So this goes in here like this, which is pretty cool. There we go. Doesn't go that way around. Goes this way around, like that. So basically this is Neat bends. Yeah, I do have a brake, sort of, but it's pretty much a sort of brake, to be honest. I'm not 1,000%. Westworld, good day. Another great channel there from Westworld. Gosh, there's some talented people dropping here on the live stream. It's pretty special, actually. So many awesome, talented people. Yeah, you're totally missing out if you're not subbed to Westworld. Absolutely. So that's where we're at. Right. This goes here somewhere, like so. This filler cap goes on the back, something like that. Have a look. Pump goes inside. There's more pipe work. There's a brake handle on this side, I think, is opposite this side. There's a brake handle. Whether I put the one that's drawn, which just goes up the side here with a handle, might be in the way, or I do something like the prototype. Now, the prototype had an extra floor in here because it's actual floor level, and the locomotive had the matching floor level. Whether that actually happens, I'm not sure. Probably it might, but there's a lot of messing around. And then there was a cast brake standard here out from the wall a bit with a handle on it. So that operates from a crank through the floor, and then it's got 3 levers on each side that operate the wheels for a handbrake, and a system of levers. So whether that actually happens, I don't know, but there's 1,000 bits still to go on it. Dan Harold, g'day. Gosh, Kayleen, that's kind of, if you live in glass houses, they say. Anyway, I'm just teasing there, just what I've heard. I'm teasing you. Yeah. Anyway, it's coming together. There's a crap load of work in this tender. Like, there really is. This will have another piece in here. Pretty impressed that fits in both ends here. It really impresses me because it's actually square and parallel and stuff. But that'll go another piece, something like that, with a shelf across the bottom, and that'll have a toolbox or something sitting on it. So there we go. That's where we're at. When do we build the boiler? I have sent an email about thickness of boiler forming plates, and probably I've got enough material here to make them if we go down that path. So we'll see what happens with the boiler. Go create. Who have I missed here? Dan Harold. Good good YouTube channel from Dan Harold's worth a look. Bit of casting, bit of making, machining. Miss Dan Harold. If you're not subscribed to Dan Harold, you should be. Go Create. Past TMC winner. Go Create. Hobby Machine Shop. Thanks, Fridge. You'll be asked. Go Create Hobby Machine Shop. Another awesome channel. Gosh, so much to watch. I don't know how you could ever be bored. So many ideas, so much inspiration. You end up starting a new project if you subscribe to all these guys. Go Create's got some projects there that I really want to build. So that's on the list. But so's everyone else. Brings us to the big elephant, isn't it? TMC 2021 isn't going to happen. Woo! I said it. However, we have other stuff planned. It's going to be a pretty awesome event. Absolutely. The Stewart 400's there. The base is bolted down. Head's coming off it at some point. There will be an event towards the end of the year, and it's not that far away. Look out for an announcement video from me about the 21st of this month, 21st of August, I would expect. Reasons for this will be apparent as we go on. And there will be an event, so I'd love some support on that, but it could be pretty exciting. Hope everything's okay, Nigel. I really do. Hope you're doing okay. Hey, Stephen. So there will be an event, and we've sort of got it threshed out and planned a bit, and pretty excited about that. It's going to be pretty awesome, actually. But let's see how we go. And there will be an announcement video, and I'll be sending invitations to most YouTubers to participate if I possibly. I have a list of YouTubers that I'm going to send it to, but email me. Look, honestly, email me. Or I'm going to try and compile that list up a bit more, so you'll be on the list if you've got a YouTube channel that I watch. And we'll make something pretty cool that makes a bit of a splash in the YouTube world. And we tossed up a lot of ideas for a TMC. The issue is that prizes are difficult in the current climate and current economic climate and current global climate, really, as far as post and stuff. It's a bit complicated and a bit sort of all volatile, and it's very difficult. And parcels coming here from a parcel from Sydney at the moment that's probably going to be here tomorrow. Was posted yesterday. That's how it should be. But I had a parcel come from Bathurst from EJ Winter that took a week and a half, and the same postal service. Basically the same place. Well, not, but yeah. So Toolfest 2021 is the hashtag to look out for. I moderate the moderators. Do you want a taste of that? You can become a moderator. Blue Wrench is a pretty simple thing to get. Craig only ever used it once, and he's still suffering from it. So, because of the postage thing, we thought, well, it would be really nice to have like a pass the parcel or a swap round, or have it culminate in sort of like a Secret Santa, but it's a bit complicated, and the logistics of it internationally is difficult, and postal rates are different all over the world. I mean, envelope from Southeast Asia, it's taken weeks to get here and nearly as long to get from Tasmania to here. So it's all over the show. So that's not really going to happen. And so we decided that there might be a better way around this without too many rules or anything, and just if you're going to compare or if you're going to participate, the huge thing is to give it your best go. Like, make a decent video, or make a video that pushes you. Take a look at the last couple of videos, or make a first video, and make something that's going to push you a bit, and that's what it's all about. So that's the whole spirit of the TMC thing, and it's going to be the spirit of the Toolfest thing too. So expect to see some awesome videos. You have 3 months to sort it out, and make a tool making video. It doesn't matter much what it is. So could be cool. Anyway, Nigel Jakes, take care of the doctor. Good luck with it. Thanks for checking in. Enjoy the doctor? Question mark. Yes. So more about that later, but it's not. There's no official announcement yet, but it's going to be cool, and you're more than welcome to start on putting together some sort of video for Toolfest 2021. Beagles. This is 3.5-inch gauge, not 5-inch gauge, so it's only pretty tiny. Like, it's really a pretty small logo. This is the tender. Needs springs. It's not a huge locomotive, but it makes good, fairly substantial thing. I think we've probably covered this every video, but to catch up here. 260 LMS or British Rail Stania 260 Mogul locomotive. Not a real common loco in real life, and there's only one in preservation, I think. I'm not trying to copy that. I'm not trying to copy any real locomotive, but we're it's going together. Rules and things will be written down. I kind of have them written down in my head, and I've got notes. I'll make a decent video and kind of release it face to face, and then encourage everyone to sort of make it work. So I'm going to do that. You can have a look, Brendan, on the Discord. There is some information there about what it's going to be about, but it's not actually released. Sorry, we've brought that back in there. So it's going to be cool. If you've got a tool idea, start cultivating it, and we'll make something nice. And something that's sort of pretty awesome, I think. It should be an awesome event. I know as a community we're capable of doing some pretty cool stuff. So, yeah, we'll see how we go with that. So, floor level's actually about here. Underneath here. So there'll be probably there's a plate in here with a round like cover plate, and then a top plate on top here. They may or may not work together. I'm not sure how we're going to go with that. And then the cab sits here like such. And foot plates come through here, and the boiler sits in here. So there's a lot of bits actually to actually sort of fit together. Anyway, it's a work in progress. It's slowly coming together. I've got bolts and rivets for this. I don't want anyone to flash to its tool. I really, honestly, the imagination's probably plenty enough for that, to be honest. And yeah, probably even that's a bit much, to be honest. That goes for all of you guys. Don't want to know. Don't want to know. If it becomes that sort of contest, well, we're out of it. But honestly, the main competitor you'll be competing with is yourself. So if you made videos, push yourself a bit. If you haven't, well, push yourself a bit and get out and make something. But should be some awesome content. If you get in the Discord channel on the video chat and Peter isn't wearing pants, you probably get enough of that. It's happened. I'm just saying it's happened. So. Anyway, Carleen would probably win by default, but we won't go there. Anyway, I've taken the plunge and I've got some spring wire. How cool is this? All right, some finer stuff for other projects, but some spring wire for buffer springs and some really heavy spring wire for like axle box springs. So we might actually try and make some springs. Not so scared about actually making springs, but more concerned about making 6 of them the same. But we'll see how we go. This should pull half a dozen humans without any problems. Pretty powerful little loco, I hope. It's an allegation, Peter says. Yeah, it probably is. But like he says, Discord for a sneak peek, and you never ever know what you're going to find. So that's where we're at with that. That's a pretty crazy project, but we're making some progress. I've got this screwed down, which is the main thing I was a bit worried about, and it's all nice and square. This line's even on both sides, which is awesome, along the back and the front. A little bit impressed with that. You've got no idea how nervous I was about making this, because it's a fairly complicated thing to get right. See how nice and even this line is along here? A little bit impressed with that. And if we have a look, just going to show off a bit here. But this one's the same. Look at that. How cool is that? And this back one here is nice and square too. So at this point, everything's nice and square and fits. We'll see how we go when we get another 50 bolts in. But it sort of was, it's an elevated track. For older people like us, it's an elevated track, sort of a locomotive. There's elevated track at Warner. And an elevated track towards Ipswich, but thanks, Bill, for that. You're a weird bunch. Yeah. It counts me out because I'm kind of all thumbs. What else? What else? Don't know if there is much else. Honestly. Anyway. So, yeah, I'm not sure there's very much else to really share, but that's what's been going on in this workshop. Is basically bolting this thing up and making it all work, and going over there and looking at the 3D at the laser cutter and cursing it a bit and plugging something else in and seeing why that doesn't work and starting again. Paul did. I tactfully ignored the Gazelle comment. There's no progress. The bank account's starting to look a little bit healthier towards a sandblasting machine so that I can actually do some Cerakote on the hubs and put some wheels together. But there's no real progress. I did buy some spring wire to make some springs for it. So that's something that we need to do. I've got drawings for all the springs. Gazelle's pretty good because there's databases with all that information, springs and parts and sizes and drawings and things. So you can make just about anything for them if you set up for it. So we will get, Sturmey Archer Sturmey Archer's pretty good. So we will get that hub together. Got a couple of rims that could do with a clean up, like a sandblast and a chrome plate. And we'll put some stainless, well, maybe, yeah, they would have been chrome spokes, but we'll probably put stainless spokes in and make up a couple of wheels. And that'll be a pretty good start. That's the first thing. Anyway. Spring making video, Brendan. Yeah, maybe. That's the theory. I'm going to make something and just turn over by hand, but yeah, I'll make some sort of spring one. I've got some ideas. I didn't make a video about making springs, no. I don't think. I've never really done a whole lot of it in the last little while. But I think if you get the pitch right and the number of turns right and the wire size the same, probably they're going to be about the same sort of compression, I hope. No, that wasn't me. That was, who did that? Andrew Whale did that. Andrew Whale had a video on the Hemingway kit spring winder, which looks pretty good. There are lots of questions about it though. I've never seen anyone finish a spring on the ends. So that looks really good, but it's not really, it makes it a little bit difficult, I think, I'm not sure. Maybe it's just I'm overthinking it, but it's very difficult to make nice finished ends. Anyway, that's where we're at with that. Craig's trawling up some Toolfest 2021. We'll try and get TOT in it as well. I think I'll send him an email. He's a nice guy. He's been involved in things before, so we'll see how we go with that. That might work, Dan. I'm really, I'm not sure about that. But I think you've got to form the flats of a spring first. And you can do them in the lathe with the power feed and put it in gear after a couple of turns, and then put the turns on, and then take it out of gear and give it another couple of turns. So might have to experiment a bit with them so that I can get 6 that do the job for here. So 6 coil springs here. These are, this has got coil springs in there, but they're a little bit light. It's right down on them. There's buffer springs too. The buffers have got springs in them already. But the front ones are a bit heavier, but still a bit light, so I'm going to make some decent ones. Means that these bolts have got to come off again for the back ones. Really very unimpressed about that because they're a real menace, but we'll get there. I'll fix that. Anyway, that's how we go and that's what's happening. Good to see some awesome stickers. Hey, look, I have a list of people. I have a list of people who I owe stickers to, right? And you all know who you are, and I haven't forgotten. It's kind of like the Gazelle comment, not targeting anyone, but I pretend that I haven't heard. The honest thing is that when I get parcels ready, and I've got a heap of envelopes there ready to post, and I really probably need re-enveloping, but never, for a little while since I've moved, I really haven't had postage costs, so I'm going to get that sorted at some point. There's a boiler here too for Chirpy. That needs to get sorted as well. Feeling a little bit more like... watch Mainspring or Hairspring? Watch Mainspring. You had a Mainspring out. I'm not sure I would have even taken it out, to be honest. Now, is it just spronged, or is it out around? If you sit it on the bench, has it got a heap up in the middle, or is it bent, or is it broken? Anyway, hit me up on Discord. We'll talk about it. Spronged, broke. Broke at one end or broke in the middle. We need a caliber number on that, and we can sort that. Don't stress. It's not the end of the world there. You'll find one of them pretty easy. I think it's a 6119 or something like that. 6109, maybe. Just looking at it, I didn't see a number on it, but that's the number I'm thinking. And I might be completely off. It might be a 70 series, but I think it's a 6619. I'm not far out. The numbers, if we're going to go there, the first one's the 6 series, which has got that awful calendar with the spring in the front. You've already discovered that. 66 is, oh my gosh, that could be a high beat one. Not sure about that. And the 1 and the 9, the one's telling me something about the calendar. Anyway, 6619. So any 6000 series spring should fit it within reason. At some point it will fit. It's not going to be perfect. Well, there may be some small differences between them, but they'll go. So what you need is a 6000 series spring, which is going to be fun. If push comes to shove, I will have one. Like, seriously, I'll have one. But you need to Google and see if there's a 7000 series or the 7S26 spring will fit. Then that's an easy one because it's a current model. So, sorry to get off on that tangent, but I do know a little bit about those. So, don't know where I picked that up. But we will find you a spring. I'm going to have to hand it. No, don't stress about that. We'll find you a spring. Find a new spring. Just fix a new spring. Not a big deal. Really, it isn't a big deal. But honestly, on a watch like that of that age, there's probably... I'd have to be pretty desperate to take the spring out, to be honest, if I was servicing it. But that's hindsight's 2020 all the time. 6000 series, I think, I'm not sure.
Anyway, Beagles, good to see you. Thanks. It's awesome that you dropped in, and awesome that you spoke up and commented. But take care. We won't be much longer. And every week sometime, same idiots. I should say that. But yeah, same crew. Okay, Liam, we will sort that. Don't stress too much about it. Continue on with the rest of it and we'll sort that out. Jim's off to work. Take care. Not the end of the world on a mainspring though, I don't think. I'd have half a dozen watches here, 6000 series. I tend to not repair them because new parts for them are getting a bit sketchy. Especially, I'm really not going to say, I will say this. Something that is a bit sketchy on them is that long spring across the front of the calendar, which you've probably already discovered. That's an absolute nightmare of a thing, but we can talk about that. You've already worked that out, I'm sure. The calendar was a bit archaic, to be honest, compared to the new Seiko, but a 6619 is a pretty nice watch, and we'll get it sorted. So whether I actually post you a sticker with a spring attached to it, or whether we find you one on eBay for next to nothing, they're out there. But we just got to find a substitute or something that'll fit. Not a big deal. But yeah, if you're restoring a vintage watch and you're fairly new at this, words of advice: don't take the spring out of the barrel, because that's just a silly thing to do. Don't even open the barrel. Drop some shellite in it and give it a good rinse. A bit of oil in afterwards to sort of dissipate it. Maddie, g'day. Awesome shop crane, Maddie. Looks good. Expect to see a flood coolant video at some point from Maddie. Maybe you won't. Hope you're doing all right. Anyone who's watching, you should check out Maddie's channel. Also a past TMC winner. Tom Makey was here as well. He's also a past TMC winner. All the famous people. So anyway, better go upstairs and check the number for that watch and see if one's available. Pretty sure it is. A lot of parts, a lot of Seiko parts are available new stock out of Malaysia and Hong Kong. So especially for older stuff, it's out there. Wouldn't stress. Did you get some mail at Maddie's workshop? That's an intriguing statement from Bill. If it's mail from Bill, that's pretty exciting usually. Bill's pretty awesome with the mail. Craig's pretty awesome lately with the mail as well. Me, not so much. Bill definitely needs to start doing some videos so we know what he's talking about when he makes random statements like that. It just leaves us all in suspense. Anyway. that's where we're at. I don't know. I might call it a night. I'm not sure I'm going to even look at this Arduino RepRap board thing tonight. To be honest, I'm probably just going to go upstairs and sit in front of the YouTube and watch some videos. Chat on Discord for a bit and go to work again tomorrow as normal. But Craig did make some videos recently. Absolutely. Click the little bell next to his channel so you see them. New subscribers. Yeah, there's some new subscribers. We're up to 7,095 or something. The last 100 subscribers have been pretty hard work. But really appreciate anyone who's come along. Another good reason to have Toolfest 2021. Chirp's onto that. He thinks he should have a Discord link again, but not to work Craig too hard. Anyway, that's where we're at. Thanks, everyone. Big thanks for tuning in, making the night kind of okay. Or excellent. The night really, really cool. It's good to see you all. And be kind to each other. All that stuff. And more next week. But hopefully I have a video up before then. I'm sort of a bit keen to actually edit some footage and get it up, because there is some kicking around. Anyway, take care, be kind to each other, and I'm out. I'm going to say thanks again, and I'm clear. So take care, and we'll chat sometime.